I give some pause. Yeah, I think we're live, man. I think we're live. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Ontarian Hawkins here. I am the passive income guru. Let me check something out real quick. All right, I think we're good. So ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is 10:09 a.m. here in Oklahoma, Central Standard Time. A lot of you probably at work. Maybe you're sneaking to the bathroom right now to look at this Facebook Live. Don't get fired in the process now. Just, you can look at the replay anytime you want to. But today we got some exciting information for you. I'm on with my good friend, Brian Hawkins out of Atlanta, Georgia. We're going to be sharing some information with you, some testimonial type stuff with you. And hopefully before you leave this video, you're going to get very excited. But if you can hear me, I forgot to do a mic check. If you can hear me loud and clear, please hit that like button for me. Hit that like button. And I'm going to check on my cell phone real quick, just to make sure. Just to make sure here. And I think we'll be good. Let's see here. All right. Thank you so much. Frederick, hit that like button. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, Bernard. Thank you guys for your participation. So today we're going to be talking about single dad, which is Brian Hawkins here. Single dad is starting to make passive income in his sleep. No joke, folks. No joke. Brian Hopkins, he's my new business partner, good friend of mine. We connected, what? How long ago, Brian, we've been connected? A couple of months ago?
2 months or so.
We connected, of course, online. He found me online, and I was selling a ClickBank course, which I still have that course up and available. But since then, we found out we have a lot in common when it comes to marketing, mindset, and most of all, our faith, folks. And that's a huge deal when it comes to business. I like to connect with people who are of like minds. So we recently become business partners where we are on a mission to help as many people as we can who have businesses get more business, okay? So if you have a business and you're looking to get more business, more eyeballs on your offer, make sure you stay to the end of this video. But without further ado, Brian, welcome to this live, man. I appreciate you taking your time to come on.
Thank you. No problem at all.
Yes, sir. Tell everybody, for those that don't know you, a little bit about yourself, your background, and how you came on to the online space.
All right. I've been involved with internet marketing now for about 15 years or so. More so in the corporate world. I used to run large call centers all across the United States, and you know how it goes in the corporate world. Every time you get a promotion, it just means more hours and less pay. And you're making money for other people. And it finally got to the point where I got tired of, me having all the knowledge of everything I was doing and making it the money for someone else. Mm-hmm. So I finally got to the point where I broke free. Took the knowledge that I learned over the 15 years, and now I'm able to apply it in my own business. And, we have a couple different things that we got going on, and it's been, you mentioned faith. It's definitely a leap of faith. That's right. I talk to a lot of people, we mentor a lot of people. We talk to a lot of people, and the number one thing you hear is people almost giving up right away, and people are afraid to fail. And, failing is just part of the process. Every time you fail, you're getting closer to succeeding. Every time you get a no, you're getting closer to a yes. That's right. We deal with a lot of people that like to work behind a computer. So we're a little bit more sensitive, we don't like getting those no's, but it's just part of the process, So, but here recently, we got in with Funnel X ROI. I've tried a bunch of different affiliate, different offers. Like you mentioned, we started with ClickBank. The problem with ClickBank is it doesn't have the multiple income streams and the automation like Funnel X ROI does. That's right. And, over the past 2 months, we've seen it just explode. And by speaking to different people, we all have our own journey along the way. My journey is completely different than your journey. It doesn't mean that one's right or one's wrong. Mine, I have a little bit more faith in mine. Mine tend to come a little bit longer in the process and a little bit different. when I first started with Funnel X ROI, I didn't see the immediate returns. I didn't see the, buying a solo ad and then waking up the next day and then have all these sales. I just didn't. But what I've seen now is that I've stuck with the process. The sales are starting to come in. And the reason why the sales are starting to come in is the funnel does the work itself. It really does. You don't know when or how it's going to work, but if you put enough people into your funnel and you have faith in the funnel, you're going to see the sales. You just have to keep feeding that funnel. A lot of my sales come 3-4 weeks after I run a solo ad or I buy advertising in other methods. They don't come right away, but they come eventually. Everyone has a different tipping point, whether it's when they get paid, when they feel comfortable, whether you're adding them to a Facebook group like your group and they see other success stories. The industry standard says you got to touch someone about 7 times before they say yes to you. Right. And that's why it's important to have multiple ways of also touching a customer. If you're relying only on email, sometimes it might be going to a spam folder. It might be going to a promotional tab. So sometimes you got to hit them on a cell phone. Sometimes you might have to give them a call. You just want to make sure that you're touching them in as many possible ways as possible. And now that we're about 2 months into it, the sales are coming in. And I was just joking with you a few minutes ago, I'm going to have to turn off my cell phone in the middle of the night because it seems like all the sales come in, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't know why people choose that time, but.
Man, that's a beautiful thing to have that. I mean, making money in your sleep. And
yeah.
I can answer that question for you right now, why people are up at because this is the time of the season where people are up late, searching for opportunities. Here's why. We're in a season, first of all, where everybody, every kid is back to school. Okay. First of all right. You have football and all these sports starting now. So families are busy getting their kids to football practice, getting their kids soccer practice. They come home from work, they got to go leave out again and go, to practice or to a game. Okay. When everything is said and done for a typical family, it's late. So when they put the kids to bed, right, now they can come online and say, okay, let me see if I can find something that can make me some extra income. That is the reason you're probably, I'm just kind of speculating, but that's probably a big reason why you're getting those overnight.
Well, I think sometimes we forget how excited we were when we first started. When you start seeing those emails coming in and you start seeing other people making the money, you forget, like you wake up in the middle of the night, you wake up early in the morning thinking, I want to get on that board, Yep. And that's why you got to keep touching them and let them know all these other stories that are out there. I hear a lot of times from new people and they'll say stuff like, well, I'm not doing well with it. Or, I don't have a success record. I don't have anything to show people. And you don't, honestly, the best spin to take on something like that is say, hey, listen, I don't want to show you what I've done. So I don't want to brag, but let me show you what some of my partners are doing. That's and right. You jump in that group or you jump on, David's group or your group and you get a couple of those examples and start showing them what your team members are doing or what your business partners are doing. And it works exactly the same. So anyone can share the stories, even if you're starting at ground zero. If anything, it makes you come off better by not trying to brag about yourself. If you brag about people around you and what they're doing, you actually come off as a better person, showing it that way, that you're helping other people around you and that they'll be able to get help from you also.
That's powerful. That's a powerful concept right there, Ryan, that you laid out, because, even though I do share my results, I go back and make sure that I share, because I get really excited when other people, especially people I refer to a certain program like Funnel X, I get really excited when they start to get sales. Like you, man, when you say you got sales, man, I'm like, if I could do a backflip, I would do it. Yeah. But I know I'll break my neck if I try. But
don't get me wrong. I think you should share your results. But for the new person, they shouldn't feel intimidated if they don't have any results yet. Don't let that be a roadblock to your success. Piggyback off what these other people are doing, because you'll get there if you stay with it.
That's true. That's true. And probably before we're done here, we will show some results in the Funnel X group of people who are winning. New people, folks. I'm talking about never did any type of of this stuff before. I have a lady that I brought in last week. She texted me. She didn't even have a Facebook profile, folks. She texted me the other day and said, I got my first sale. I was like, you what? You got your first sale? You're not even online. You don't do YouTube videos. You telling me you just got your first sale? You just, what? So that right there is a wild moment for me. Every time I hear that and see that is what gets me motivated and inspired. So that's powerful, man. So Brian, there's a sensitive story. I don't know if you want to share. There's a sensitive story that you told me about what happened back, I don't know how many years ago now, but and what I'm doing, I'm leading up to maybe what your big why is for what you do while you do. You care to share that?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's amazing that you asked that today, because today, it's been 6 years to the day that I lost my wife. She passed away in the middle of the night, and we just had our first daughter, and she was 5 months old, and in an instant, our life changed overnight. And I remember I became a single dad to a 5-month-old girl that, I didn't know what I was going to do, but I knew I had to be there for my daughter. And that was part of the reason of, stepping out of the corporate world, working 78, 80 hours a week, was I knew I had to be there for my daughter. And that was part of me stepping. Shortly after that all happened is when I stepped out and ventured out on myself. And, without a doubt, my daughter's my why. But during the day, I'm able to work from home. Right now I'm at home. It's a Friday afternoon. If my daughter gets sick at school, I can go get her. But every day at 4 or 5 o'clock, until bedtime, I'm able to spend time with her. At her age right now, she's now currently 6. That means more to me than anything else, is that time with my daughter. She's my focus, where I wouldn't be able to do the things that I do now if I was still in the corporate environment. Even if I was at work, 60, 70, 80 hours, I would come home and I would still work to 10, 11 o'clock at night. And, family is definitely important to me, and the time that we spend together is more important to me. But honestly, I don't regret it 1 minute. I don't regret the corporate world 1 minute at all. Every time you get a promotion, you think you're climbing the corporate ladder. It just means more work, less pay, more responsibility, more heat. Where here, it's completely different. I love the freedom of it. During the summer, we were able, during the summer, I was able to go to the zoo with her during the days, during the summer, when most parents would have to be working. I was able to take her down to the beach. I was able, and you look around and you see all the other parents, and it's always moms with the kids. And I look around, I'm like, she wouldn't have anyone else to be able to do that with if I wasn't in this position that this gave me the opportunity to do, at this time. So I'm so thankful that, God's given me the opportunity to do the passive income from home. And, my daughter's great. She's doing wonderful. She's on the right path. I couldn't be more proud of her. So it's definitely a great story so far.
I appreciate you sharing that, man. And, and I can tell from, your post on your Facebook wall that you love your daughter dearly, and we need more dads. More dads like you, brother.
Thank you.
And I mean, there's a lot of missing dads out there, unfortunately, and we just need I think, every young man we see that we can put our arm around them and say, hey, you're somebody. I think that does a lot, because they may be missing a dad, and coming alongside a couple of men here and there will definitely, and give them a good word of advice will,
and another thing that is giving me the opportunity to do is to reach out in the community. I've got really strong ties now within the community. You mentioned boys not having dads. One of the things that I love doing is I do a 4th grade boys men's reading program. I go into the inner city schools and I'll read to the boys at school during their lunch break. That's not something I would be able to do if I was in a corporate position. And I tell you what, you get more back than what you give in any kind of situation like that. You know, these are kids that they don't have dads. And it's amazing now that there's some kind of stigma out there that it's not cool for boys to be able to read. I don't know how it's come across, but when you go in there and you tell them that it's okay to do, it's cool to do, you know, you want to be able to read it. You know, a girl doesn't want you if you can't read, you know, like, you know, I don't know how this has come across all of a sudden, but, you know, and you do other stuff. You know, we do feeding the communities and stuff like that during the day. And that's the most rewarding stuff you can ever get. And it always comes back to you. So it's definitely opened up those kind of doors for me.
Powerful, man. Well, thanks for sharing that, man. And we're looking to inspire more people to do the same thing. You know, that's what it's about. Time freedom is gives us the ability to do those things. You know, a lot of things that people don't see. You know, a lot of people see us online, but we, you know, God is using us, man, to do bigger things for sure. You mentioned something early on about, you know, sticking to the plan. You know, early on when you started Funnel X, you didn't have those, and we were going back and forth in messages, you know, like, hey, man, you know, I haven't had results yet. But all of a sudden, things started to, you know, just click, pop, you know, commissions here, commissions there, and now it's starting to come in. That same faith, that same energy, that same passion that you put into advertising and getting your business going is equivalent to the same energy and passion that someone goes on an interview maybe to get a job, right? They still have to go and dress up. They have to, you know, turn in their resume. That's still work. And that's a faith move. So that same passion, that same mindset, if you just shift it over to entrepreneurship, can do wonders. You see that?
Yeah. I mean, people get so wound up sometimes about spending a little bit of money on advertising. But like you said, for you to go get a new job, you might go buy a new suit. You might go to get a new haircut. You might go, whatever it is, you might go to 6 different interviews and spend money, you know, on your gas going back and forth. But, you know, the thing that can get frustrating when you're new is you have to be careful how much you pay attention to other people's success stories.
Right.
Because everyone looks like a success overnight, but you never see the story that goes behind them getting to the success. You know, for some reason, we always want to show ourselves like, oh, we just flipped a button and all of a sudden we're a success. It's not that way. I mean, people go through hardships to get to their success. It's not always just so easy.
That's right.
You know, when you see someone say, hey, I just made $250 last night, they never include but it took me 3 weeks of emailing and texting them and calling them to get to that overnight $250, you know, or whatever it is.
Right.
So sometimes you have to be a little bit careful on setting your expectations, but if you stick with it, they come in, no doubt. It's just, you know, a little bit of work, just like anything is, like you said, in life.
Yeah, anything worth having is going to take some work. Anything worth having is going to take work at all costs, no matter what it is, especially when it comes to business.
And the best thing you can do is, you know, in my opinion, is to reach out to people. Don't be shy. Mm-hmm. You would be surprised how much people that are already doing it are willing to share with you. And if one person isn't, just keep reaching out to people. You know, you have to step out of your comfort zone a little bit. And it's not a problem to ask for help. You know, I'm sure you get it all the time. I get it, you know, and we're more than willing to help most of the time. You know, don't let a silly roadblock stop you from your success. Right. You know, what's silly to you, we might have been there, you know, and we want to pass on that knowledge to someone else because we want to see people succeed. Just because you succeed doesn't take anything away from any one of us. You know, that's the nice thing about this business. If anything, it helps us. That's right. You know, in this business, it's not like the corporate ladder where if I give you a secret, all of a sudden you're going for my job. You know, if anything, now we become business partners and we're working together. That's right. You know, so that's why you're going to need to get involved with groups, reach out to people. You'd be surprised to help you get out there.
Yeah, entrepreneurship is a different type of. It's more of you're serving more as an entrepreneur instead of trying to one up somebody in the corporate world. In the corporate world, you know, you're trying to climb the ladder, you're trying to make more money, you know, you can probably care less about, you know, everybody else, or, you know, that's probably what a lot of CEOs, you know, feel. But in an entrepreneurship world, it's all about giving, because value, our goal is to give value to you so that you can in return grow your empire, and then in turn pass that knowledge on to someone else. This stuff we're telling you this morning is nothing new. There's nothing new under the sun. It's just simple concepts that we've used to, you know, better ourselves as entrepreneurs. And now we're on a mission. We're passionate to help other people do the same thing. You know, if we can get one person a day to see, you know, farther beyond their fears, then that's a winning day. That's a successful day. And, you know, to me it is, because there's a lot of people that doubt, you know, when it comes to, oh, entrepreneurship, you know, I can never do that. Well, you only discount yourself because your mindset is not strong enough. You see, you have to look past the obstacles. There will be obstacles. There will be roadblocks. Every entrepreneur, I don't care who they are, has had roadblocks, folks. That's why they have a story. You see? So the story is telling you, this is where I was, this is where I've been, this is where I'm going. Okay? So there will always be that. And we're just here to let you know we have a story. And we're still, you know, working through obstacles. There's never a smooth road when it comes to entrepreneurship. There's never, you're going to make some turns. You're going to go up. You're going to go down. You know, you're going to have days, you know, like every day, Brian, I know you can agree with this. Every day, I don't know what I'm going to make every day. That's crazy. I don't know where my commissions are coming from every day. I don't know if I make a dime a day, great. If I don't, I'm not stressed, folks, because I know I'm confident in myself that my business is going to flourish regardless. I go to bed, sleep. When I go to bed every night, it's a peaceful sleep. I don't fear or I don't worry about nothing. Okay, I'm just on a mission. My goal is people, serving people. Okay, if I keep that as my goal, everything else will come to fruition. Everything else will happen. So, Brian, what I want to do now, brother, is we have partnered with, and I know a lot of people, you know, will watch this replay as well, but you and I have recently become partners in a marketing strategy that's going to help people with their business. Can you kind of expound on that a little bit?
Yeah, you know, we have different methods of doing it. We have the voice drop method, and we have the text message method. With the voice, we provide all the data, we provide all the scripts, we provide all the technology. With the voice drop, we're able to go into someone's voicemail without the phone ringing and deliver a message. Now, after they listen to that message, the goal is obviously for them to call you back. There's two different methods of receiving the call back. You can do it one where if you don't have a job during the day, and if you don't mind talking to people on the phone, you can actually receive the calls back, you know, as they come in, depending on what your business opportunity is. If it's Funnel X ROI, you might want to just tell them about some of the success stories that are going on out there and how they can either add a second income or part-time income to their arsenal, or, you know, there's other different business opportunities out there. Let's say I talked to someone the other day that's doing the postcards. You know, that's an easy sell if someone calls you back and you can get them on the phone and say, hey, listen, would you like to make money from home by sending postcards? I don't think that would be too hard to really lead someone into. So one of the methods is to actually take the calls as they come in. Now, the other method is if you don't have the time, or if you just don't have the confidence to talk to people, we can automate the process for you. When the process is automated for you, what's going to happen is they're going to drop into your SMS message. Now, we have a recording that we can give to you that's already pre-recorded, and all you got to do is put that on the back side of your SMS as they call in. And what's going to happen is you're automatically, as soon as they call that SMS number, going to be texting them a link to your business opportunity. It automatically happens. So is what's just happened at that point is you've gotten into their cell phone, which obviously, not just into their cell phone, but into their text message part of their cell phone, which everyone always checks. So, just to kind of recap, you can either talk to them live on the phone, or you can be delivered right into their text message box. And, obviously either way is going to work. Depending on what your profit is on your business opportunity, if you talk to 10 people, I honestly believe you're going to close one. I believe if you're the worst salesman in the world, and if you deliver a message that's not like a spammy message, but a legit, hey, are you interested in making a part-time income from working at home? If so, give me a call back. It's not a trick. They hear your message, they call you back. If you talk to 10 people, even if you're the worst salesperson in the world, you'll find one person that just wants to make money from home, and they're going to take you up on your business opportunity.
At least one person. At
least. And I'm just saying, if you're the worst, we're all a little bit different on selling on the phone, but I believe you're going to get at least 10% closing ratio. Now, if you don't want to do that, then you're just automatically going to put it into their text message. And the nice thing on that is on their time, on their freedom, they're eventually going to click on that link and see what your business opportunity is more about. Mm-hmm. You want to make sure that you have a business opportunity that collects their information. If not, then maybe you want to put it into a landing page and gather the email addresses there, because what you're going to be doing is building an email list at that time too. Mm-hmm. Now, kind of backtrack a little bit. We provide all the biz op information. You don't have to go out and purchase a list on this, secondary market and bring it to us and us drop the calls. We provide all the phone numbers. And not only do we provide the phone numbers and the names of the people, we give you the information that we're using. And you have to if you kind of backtrack it on reverse engineering on how do you get a phone number, and what's the value of a phone number of someone that's in a business opportunity. Well, if you're generating leads, what do you always see on a capture page? Only an email address. Why? Because people are more apt to give you an email address, because most people have 2, 3, 4 different email addresses. And if they're not really sure about you, they might give you their secondary or third or fourth email address. You don't see many people using phone numbers on a capture page because people are very much more hesitant to give anyone a phone number, because they know that's their contact information. That's the way to get a hold of them. Right. So you got to remember, when we're giving you this data on the market, it's about 4 to 5 times more valuable cost-wise than an email address. People don't have multiple phone numbers like they do email addresses. So what we do is we give you the actual file in a CSV format, basically an Excel format. You can then do with whatever you want with the CSV file. The free method, and obviously it takes a lot longer to do, is, go open a Google Voice number, and you can one by one send out messages to them and follow up to them. Will some people bite right away? Yeah, of course. But, just like the industry standard says, is sometimes you got to touch them a few times, whether it's 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 7 times before you can get a yes from someone. Now, just like if you don't have time to take the calls, you want to automate it a little bit. There's some programs out there in Ontarian. Can you kind of tell them a little bit more about that program?
Yeah. So basically, just to kind of backtrack and give people a rundown of what you just said. So basically, guys, what we can do for you is we can use voice drops, ringless voice drops, and these are targeted prospects, business opportunity seekers. We can even do real estate owners, real estate folks, mortgage people. I mean, we have a list of people that we can extract their numbers and drop them for you, okay, depending on your niche. And what's going to happen is you can do 2 things. We can drop it to their phones, and they will call back, and you will answer the phones. That way you take the calls. Or if you just say, hey, I'm not good at speaking to people, great, we can automate it for you. And with this method, you're going to need another additional phone number where we set up a 24/7 message to where it takes them back to the website. So in a nutshell, when they call back, basically they're going to see a missed call on their phone. When they call back for the automation side, they're going to listen to an automated message, and it's going to automatically text them your site, your capture page to your opportunity. Okay. After your campaign is done, we will give you the CSV file with all the phone numbers. Okay. You can use Google Voice. Okay. Which is, Brian, you said that may take some time to put all those in there. Or you can use another platform that I use to build what I call an SMS list. Okay. What is that? We all know about email marketing. We all know about building a list with email. How would you like to build a list of targeted prospects through SMS? Okay. And I have a tool that I can share with you guys that all you have to do is when you get the CSV file, import that CSV file with the click of a button. You have all of those leads. I don't care if it was 1,000 yesterday in a matter of minutes, because Brian sent me my CSV files. It took me less than 5 minutes to upload 1,600 plus people. And guess what? Over the next few weeks, that's going to be in the thousands. So this thing, you have thousands of phone numbers, targeted people that at the push of a button, you can send out a message to them right to this device right here. That is powerful, folks. Powerful, okay? And this is the time to really hit people with their cell phones, because why? This is the time of season people are kind of running all over the place. Like I said, school is in. You have, football going on. People are just busy. And our goal is to capture their attention. And what better way to do it with this little device right here, okay? Email may go weeks without being open, but this puppy right here, I look at this many times a day, folks. I get messages, I get phone calls. This right here never leaves my side, okay? So that should tell you something when it comes to marketing. So that's pretty much what it is. So if you want to know more about this part, this information here, and everything really that we're doing, just reach out to us. We'll be happy to help you. And I'm going to be doing a training starting this Monday in my Facebook group on how this process, showing you step by step how this process actually works. So make sure my Facebook group, you guys can get access to it for free. I'm not going to charge you a dime. Look up Passive Income Superstars. Answer the 3 questions. That's very important. I get people that come in that don't answer the questions. Answer the 3 questions, and then I'll let you in. And you'll have access to that training on Monday that I do every single Monday, Q&A style. Okay? So that's what I wanted to tell you guys.
Let me back it up a little bit too, is when you're building the SMS list, I talked to you a little bit about this yesterday, is the nice thing about if you're on the Funnel X ROI is don't forget you have a backend offer with diet, so you don't always have to send them a biz op offer. You can send diet offers, weight loss offers. People respond great to that. So, just remember all the tools that are, given to you within the funnel, because if you're positioned with Now Lifestyle, don't forget, just like people like to make money, everyone likes to lose weight. They just do, So don't forget about that back-end offer. You might want to mix it up a little bit in there too.
Hey man, that's true. Hey, and especially coming around to the new year. You're right. That's gonna be a big deal. So what I want to do now, brother, is I want to show some people some results here. Go into our Funnel X group here and show a few results from just so people know that it's not just us that's having success here. Okay. So Shelly Swansea, this is yesterday. She said, okay, don't laugh. You know how businesses frame their first dollar. Well, this is her first dollar, folks, ever online, ever. So we all congratulated her, celebrated her, because small successes always lead to big successes. Small successes always lead to big ones. So that is absolutely phenomenal. Of course, here I posted some results of mine earlier today. Let's see here. David, that's David talking. He's the owner of Funnel X. Mr. Tony the Tiger Torres. This was 14 hours ago. We got another $500 sent to him. Congratulations, Tony. Tony's turned his business up. That's on automation, folks. Complete automation. Let's see here. Stephen Quick. First time I heard this guy, he said, David said, congrats to Stephen for his first $300 in commissions with Funnel X Advanced in the last 24 hours, folks. That's absolutely amazing. Amazing. We got more for you. Now, I know this guy because I brought him in, and we actually haven't had a chance to really talk yet, but he made, he said he just finished dinner and checked his old computer to find this. Now, I'm going to take a wild guess that he didn't talk to this person that sent him money. No. Because he just had finished dinner. That's great. That's powerful. There's my man, Mr. Hopkins, $250. You turn those $250 payments up, man. Yeah,
and let me get back to that real quick. A lot of people that are turning up to the $250 mark right now, they were all at the $25 level. So don't get frustrated if you're getting the $25 levels at first, because as they get the emails and as they see the success, that anticipation, that buildup inside of them, they want to jump up as that money comes in and they get the opportunity too.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. Janiqua Williams, she just started. She's a member of mine. She just started and got her first 4 leads. She is doing very well. She is really taking action. So she's going to be she's going to have some results here real soon as well. This is I posted this yesterday. This is another income stream, folks, inside of ROI Now Lifestyle. What can I say about this company? I mean, it's a combination of autoresponder and health and wellness. So this is helping to automate the business, and you can learn how to get healthy at the same time. It's a win-win situation. Let's see. I'm looking for a particular one here. Albert Hall, he's starting to work this system. He's doing good with it. Here's another income stream inside of the system. I think it's income stream number 3 right here. Let's see. Here we go. This is what I want to see right here. Check this out, folks. Lori Bennett. Now, she posted this on September 5th. She said, hi, everyone. I made my first $100 commission with this program. I am, get this, totally blind. And I have done most of the setup myself. I would like to thank Nick for his assistance and encouragement. This is only the beginning. Folks, she's blind. Now, if that doesn't get you excited, I don't know what will. When people come to me and say, oh, I can't do it or it's not working, this lady is blind and she's making leeway, folks. That is crazy. Crazy. Mr. Scott Dahl, another good friend of mine, has turned up the business well. He's climbing the leader chart now. Scott is almost to $10,000, folks, in less than a month. Okay. So he's doing a lot of what we told you today about. Okay. So you may want to take note of, what we told you today. All right. Matthew, and I'm not going to try to say his last name. He posted this on September 5th. He said, hey, everyone, super hyped to be on the team. So far, I've been in for about a little over 2 weeks. He's already made over $1,000. That's good part-time change right there, folks. Thanks to Nathaniel. Now, Nathaniel, or Nate, he's our traffic guy, okay? And one of the things, folks, that many people struggle with when they come into business online is traffic. We cover you on all angles. You're going to, if you want to get into a traffic co-op, you want to talk to one of our traffic experts, you can do that, okay? So we're going to help you all the way. Congratulations, Matthew. More to come, my man. And so just goes to show, folks, this thing is working like crazy, okay? It's working like crazy. So, Brian, man, I want to thank you for coming on, my man. You got any last words for the people? Actually, I'll look and see if we have any questions. I forgot to do that. So let me do this here.
And you know what the common theme is with all those people you see there? They all know and accept that they're part of a team and they all work together. Right. Don't let yourself get isolated. Because when you get isolated, that's when the negative thoughts start creeping in. That's when I can't, you can't, all those negative things, whenever you have those doubts, get a part of the group, reach out, ask questions. That's why everyone's here to help each other out. You don't see any negativity in there at all.
None at all, brother. All right. Let's see here. Going to go to, let's see what we have on the comments. So let's see. Oh, yeah. So Tony said, thank you. So, oh, yeah, Tony, you're welcome, my man. You are so welcome, sir. Kevin Jameson said, how about international numbers? Can I build a SMS list also?
I don't have an SMS. I don't have BizOp offers outside of the country. He can market to United States people.
Okay.
And transfer his SMS number overseas. So like he can sell to people within the United States and Canada, the numbers that we have, but I just don't have a BizOp list. If he has a BizOp list, then we can, kind of talk, but most people don't have a BizOp list.
Gotcha. Hopefully that answered your question there, Kevin.
Because if, let's say you're in Europe and you set up an SMS number and the people call back your SMS number, they're just going to your landing page. They're not actually giving him a call back at that point. So it doesn't matter where your landing page is.
Okay. All right, Kevin. Hopefully that answered your question, man. If you got any more questions, just reach out to us, my man. Latasha, that's right, Latasha. Hey, there will be bumps in the road. That is correct. Latasha said, what about CBD products? Can CBD products also be promoted in this type of platform?
They're BizOp, and that's a BizOp opportunity. So our lists work for everything, even though we focus on Funnel, X ROI, because that's what we're part of. It'll work with anything out there. Just like with the call drops, if you want to do call drops and speak to them, you can tell them about the CBD BizOp, or you can put them into the automation and send them to your, whether you have a video sales page that they go into, or you have a landing page. You just send them right into it, whatever your BizOp is.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. Kevin said that was the answer he was looking for. So that's good. That's good. Anyone else have any questions before we jump off of here? We appreciate everyone that's tuning in on this Friday. Kevin Hansen, thanks for tuning in. Hey, Melvin, thanks for tuning in. Latasha, appreciate all of you. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. You can look at this replay, of course, anytime you want. And Brian, I appreciate you coming on, man, to share your knowledge and your story and your success.
Thanks for having me.
We're going to increase from here, and it's all about serving more people as always. And guys, again, we are here again to give you some new eyes, so to speak, new vision. If we can help you see beyond certain obstacles, that's what we're here for. We're here to help. So thanks for watching. If you're looking at this video and you see it on somebody else's channel, get back to them and get started, and you won't be sorry. Okay? So thanks for watching. God bless. Talk to you guys soon.